Hey guys, welcome to another Lone Tree Milsim video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Modern Warfare Dark Edition NVGs, and I'm going to show you how to mount them to an airsoft helmet. Now the process is fairly simple. You can actually make this collection look way cooler, as well as practical if you wanted to try it out in airsoft. The things that you'll need to get is obviously a helmet. I just got a $35 one off of Amazon, pretty cheap, as well as you'll need a drill, some drill bits, a flathead and a Phillips head screwdriver, some scissors, an Allen key set, as well as some smaller screws and bolts. The process is fairly easy. I'm going to go rewind back and show you how I set it all up, so let's do that. Alrighty, so we're going to start off with the NVGs. Now they're going to have these straps on them. I've already taken them off to test this out, but there's going to be 3 straps, one along the top, one on each side, and they're going to be looped through the NVG's mount here and at the back for the battery pack. Now what you're going to want to do is get some scissors and find where it's folded. So it's going to be folded like something like so, and you're going to want to take the scissors and cut in along on the inside where the threads are, and this will loosen it up without actually cutting any of the material, just the threads itself. And then that way you can unthread it from each side, so they're both going to be folded over on each end. So once you're done that, you've then freed up the NVGs and the battery pack. Now they are connected by a wire, and I cannot stress this enough, be very careful with these, as the wire is not super durable, as you can easily see where it would break or snap like a pair of cheap headphones. So be careful on that as I go ahead and drop that. But now with the NVGs set and ready, you're going to want to get your helmet. Now the easiest way to go about doing the helmet is you're going to want to take off the existing NVG mount on the helmet, as it will not work with the night vision goggles. They're not compatible. It's hard built in over here. But you're going to want to flip the helmet upside down, take out the pads. This one actually had some really nice pads, I'm surprised. I did take off the chin strap and the adjustment thing just to make it an easier video to show you guys. And if you wanted to take that off yourself, it's fairly simple. So what you're going to want to do is there's going to be some screws in here, and either you're going to need to get a flathead to get them off, or an Allen key set. Now it just depends on what helmet you get, but they're just 3 small screws right in here, and I'm going to just quickly undo those. So now once that's off, you're going to want to keep those screws because you might end up using them. So you've got this NVG mount, you don't need it anymore, you can set it to the side. So now you're free up here on the helmet. Now when you're wanting to mount these NVGs, I found that you don't want to use the existing holes that are on the helmet, as the NVGs are going to be way too high and they're not going to line up with your eyes. So you're going to want to put the NVGs right flush with the edge of the helmet. So where the NVG mount is on these NVGs, man, I'm saying the NVG word a lot, you're going to want to place it down here flush with it. And that's where you're going to get the best use of the helmet and actually be able to use it and see it. So in order to do that, you're going to want to line it up, and I would get like a pen or a little bit of a Sharpie and mark where these holes line up. Now fortunately for me, the 2 of the existing holes from the old NVGs actually line up with this one here, but the top one does not. So that's where I got my drill bit in order to make a hole through the helmet to where you can add a screw. So if you've marked out a little hole where the NVGs are, you're going to want to find that spot and then go ahead and drill a hole right through for the screw to come through. Fairly simple, just don't have your hand on the inside, and just make a nice clean hole. And once you have all 3 of those, you should be ready to go ahead and mount. Now you're going to want to find yourself some some screws or some little nails with a bolt or something along that. I just found 2 small screws from old parts and whatever, and then I used that to tighten onto this NVG mount. And so it was pretty simple. Just get that in there, and you can either use a drill to drill that in or just get a flathead screwdriver, and you're going to want to do all 3 of them to get it securely attached. If you want to use a washer too, you can. It'll allow you to get more security on here. I also was able to use the old NVG mount screws as well with their caps and place this on the helmet. So I'm going to fast forward and show you what it looked like after that. Alrighty, now that you've got the helmet screwed on with the NVGs, you've got it firm and tight, you're going to want to make sure that you also don't have any screws sticking on underneath as to not stab yourself in the head, obviously. But next we're going to work on to the battery pack here, and we're going to mount it on the back of the helmet. Now you've got 2 ways you can run these wires. You can either have it go over the top of the helmet with a helmet cover, or you can have it go underneath the pads in the helmet, which is the easiest option and saves you from spending more money. It's just simply lift the pads, put the wires underneath. Now that you've got this back here, you're gonna want to get yourself some, let's see, where did I put it in? Some adhesive Velcro. You want to make sure you got the grab side, and you're gonna want to attach that to the back of the battery pack. And it should just sit right on your helmet if it's got Velcro on the back. That way it looks like a counterweight. I'm not going to say it acts like one because it is extremely light, whereas the NVGs are fairly heavy. So that's how that works. So pretty nice. And that's pretty much it. Now that the helmet's all set up like so, you can actually use it. It does raise and lower like real NVGs, like so. And now it should actually set right in front of your eyes when you wear the helmet. Now it's super cool. I'm going to show you a little clip here of what it looks like in the pitch black. It's actually pretty impressive for the cheap amount that you pay for knockoff NVGs. Now it will make you look like a giant beacon because it uses an IR flashlight, but it's still cool nonetheless. So now you can actually just use this as a prop to make your collection look a lot cooler, or you can actually try it out in Airsoft and see what it feels like. But to be honest, I wouldn't recommend it. It's not super durable. At least it doesn't have that feel. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Enjoy the clip here of the NVGs in use, and I hope you guys have a good day. Later. Alright guys, this is a look at what the NVGs actually look like in the pitch black. It's as best as I could get it recorded. But as you can see, it looks like I'm shining a flashlight in the mirror, and that's because of the IR light that they have showing off on this. So if you were to use this at an airsoft field and someone else had NVGs, you would be like a giant beacon. But this is pretty cool still, because as I'll pull my phone down here, it is completely pitch black in this room, but the NVGs help you to see perfectly clear, which is quite cool. So yeah, that is what they look like.